7 years of bumper crops are on their way. Years of plenty, endless wheat and tons of hay. Your farms will boom, there won't be room to store the surplus food you grow. After that, the future doesn't look so bright. Egypt's luck will change completely overnight, and famine's hand will stock the land with food an all-time low. Noble king, there is no doubt what your dream is all about. All these things you saw in your pajamas are a long-range forecast for your farmers, and I'm sure it's crossed your mind what it is you have to find. Find a man to lead you through the famine with a flair for economic planning. But who this man would be, I just don't know. Who this man would be, I just don't know. Who this man would be, I just don't know.
Pharaoh said,
"Well, stone the crows, this Joseph is a clever kid. Who'd have thought that 14 cows could mean the things he says they did? Joseph, you may help me further. I have found a job for you. You may lead me through this crisis. You may be my number 2.
Pharaoh told his guards to fetch a chisel from the local store, whereupon he ordered them to cut the chains that Joseph wore. Joseph got a royal pardon and a host of splendid things, a chariot of gold, a cloak, a medal, and some signet rings. Joseph, Pharaoh's number 2. Joseph, Egypt looks to you. Summers on the trot were perfect, just as Joseph said. Joseph saw that food was gathered ready for the years ahead. 7 years of famine followed. Egypt did not mind a bit. The first recorded rationing in history was a hit.
Joseph, how can we ever say all we want to about you? We're so glad that you came our way. We would have perished without you.
Joseph, we are the perfect team. Old buddies, that's you and me. I was wise to have chosen you. You'll be wise to agree.
Joseph, how can we ever say all we want to about you? We're so glad that you came our way. We would have perished without you.
We were in a jam, would have baffled Abraham. But when you're a partnership, it's just a piece of cake.
Greatest minds in Noah only goes to show up.
Anyone from anywhere can make it if they get a lucky break.
This could be a happy ending, perfect place to stop the show. Joseph, after all, has got about as far as he could go. But I'm sure that Jacob and his other sons have crossed your mind. How had famine hit the family Joseph left behind? Back in Canaan, the future looked rough. Jacob's family were finding it tough.
For the famine has caught us unprepared. We are thin, we are ill, we are getting scared.
In the end they decided to go off to Egypt to see Brother Joe. So they all lay before Joseph's feet.
Mighty prince, give us something to eat.
Joseph found it a strain not to laugh, because not a brother among them knew who he was.
I shall now take them all for a ride. After all they have tried fratricide.
Joseph handed them sackloads of food, and they groveled with base gratitude. Then unseen Joseph nipped out around the back and planted a cup in young Benjamin's sack. When the brothers were ready to go, Joseph turned to them all with a terrible stare and said, "No!
No! No! No!
Stop! Robbers Yes, your little number's up. One of you has stolen my precious golden cup.
Joseph started searching through his brother's sacks. Everyone was nervous, no one could relax. Is it Reuben? Is it Simeon? Is it Levi? Is it Naphtali? Is it Issachar? Is it Asher? Is it Dan? Who's the man? Is it Zebulun? Is it Gad? Is it Judah? Is it him? Could it be, 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 could it possibly be Benjamin?
Yes, yes, yes!
Benjamin, you nasty youth, your crime has shocked me to the core. Never in my whole career have I encountered this before. God seize him, lock him in a cell, throw the keys into the Nile as well. Each of the brothers fell to his knees. Show him some mercy, Almighty One, please. He would not do this, he must have been framed. Jail us and beat us, we should be blamed. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
And Joseph knew by this his brothers now were honest men. The time had come at last to reunite them all again.
Can't you recognize my face? Is it hard to see that Joseph, whom you thought was dead, your brother is me?
Joseph, Joseph, is it really you? Joseph, Joseph, is it really you? Joseph,
I closed my eyes, drew back the curtain to see for certain what I thought I knew. Far, far away, someone was weeping, but the world was sleeping. Any dream will do. I wore my coat with golden lining, bright colors shining, wonderful and new. And in the dawn was breaking, but the world was waiting. Any dream will do. A crash of drums, a flash of light, my golden coat flew out of sight. The colors faded into darkness. I was left alone. May I return to the beginning. The light is dimming, and the dream is too. The world and I